Let me ask you something. If money disappeared from your life tomorrow, would your mindset rebuild it, or would your habits destroy you again? We live in a world obsessed with looking rich, but terrified of becoming disciplined. Everyone wants financial freedom, but very few want financial truth. And today we are not talking about comfort. We are talking about confrontation. Because until you face the hard truths about money, money will continue to control you. This is not about greed. This is about growth. This is not about chasing wealth. This is about mastering yourself. Now let's bring it all together. Money does not change you. It exposes you. Whatever is hidden in your heart will surface the moment resources increase. If you are disciplined, more money will make you more disciplined. If you are reckless, more money will amplify your recklessness. Wealth is an amplifier. It does not create character. It reveals it. That is why some people rise with opportunity while others self-destruct under the same blessing. The issue was never the money. The issue was the foundation. Many people say, if I just had more, I would do better. No, you would simply do more of what you are already doing. If you cannot manage 1,000 responsibly, you will not manage 100,000 wisely. If you lack generosity with little, abundance will not suddenly make you generous. Character must be developed before increase arrives, because increase tests integrity. Prosperity places pressure on your values. It magnifies habits, exposes weaknesses, and stretches discipline. Money also reveals your priorities. Where your money flows, your heart follows. If your spending is impulsive, your thinking is impulsive. If your investments are thoughtful, your mindset is strategic. Your bank statement is a mirror. It reflects what you truly value, not what you claim to value. Many people declare long-term goals, but fund short-term pleasures. That contradiction is not a financial problem. It is a character conflict. Wealth demands maturity. Without self-control, money becomes dangerous. It can inflate ego, distort perspective, and attract distractions. But in the hands of a disciplined individual, it becomes a tool for expansion, impact, and legacy. The key is not to chase money, but to build the character that can handle it. Integrity must grow before income grows. Responsibility must expand before revenue expands. When your inner structure is strong, external increase will not corrupt you. Your income is not determined by your wishes. It is determined by the value you consistently deliver. The marketplace is not emotional. It responds to solutions. You are compensated according to the problems you solve and the results you produce. If you want higher income, increase your usefulness. Develop skills that are rare. Sharpen abilities that are needed. Study, practice, refine, and master your craft. Value attracts reward. Many people desire a raise without raising their competence. They want promotion without preparation. They want financial elevation without personal development. Income follows growth. If your skills remain average, your pay will remain average. The world does not pay you for effort alone. It pays you for effectiveness. You may work hard, but if your work does not create measurable value, the compensation will reflect that limitation. To increase your income, you must increase your capacity. Capacity is built through discipline, learning, and experience. Read beyond your comfort. Learn beyond your job description. Study industries, trends, communication, leadership. Make yourself indispensable. When you become the solution to critical problems, compensation naturally rises. Employers reward competence. Clients reward results. Investors reward vision. The marketplace also values trust. Character and competence together determine income potential. Skill without integrity is unstable. Integrity without skill is limited. When both are present, opportunity multiplies. People invest in those who are reliable and capable. If you consistently deliver excellence, doors open. If you consistently upgrade your value, your income ceiling expands. Stop asking, why don't I earn more? And start asking, how can I become more valuable? That question shifts responsibility back to you. The economy may fluctuate. Industries may change, but valuable individuals remain relevant. When you build yourself, you secure your earning power. Income is a reflection of who you have become in the marketplace. And until you elevate your value, your financial results will mirror your current level of growth. Desire alone has never built wealth. Wanting more money is common. Managing money well is rare. Financial desire is emotional, but financial discipline is intentional. You can dream about prosperity every day and still sabotage it with careless habits. Discipline is what separates aspiration from accumulation. It is the ability to control impulses when opportunities to overspend appear. It is the strength to delay gratification when comfort is calling your name. Without discipline, income becomes temporary. With discipline, income becomes a foundation. Most people do not have a money problem. They have a habit problem. They spend first and plan later. They react instead of strategizing. They allow emotions to dictate purchases. If you cannot control your spending, you cannot control your future. Financial discipline means telling yourself no today so you can tell yourself yes tomorrow. It means creating a plan and refusing to violate it for temporary pleasure. Every dollar must have an assignment before it enters your hands. Discipline also requires consistency. You cannot budget for 1 month and abandon structure the next. You cannot invest once and expect transformation. Wealth is built through repeated right decisions. Small controlled actions compound over time. Saving regularly, investing steadily, and avoiding unnecessary liabilities may not look exciting, but they create stability. Excitement builds moments. Discipline builds security. Emotional spending is one of the greatest enemies of prosperity. Many people use money to medicate insecurity, boredom, or comparison. They purchase symbols to impress people who are not thinking about them. Financial discipline protects you from the pressure of image. It shifts your focus from appearance to substance. It teaches you to prioritize assets over liabilities, growth over gratification, purpose over popularity. You must train yourself to see money as seed, not just food. Seed must be planted before it can multiply. If you consume everything you earn, you leave nothing to grow. Discipline forces you to allocate resources toward investments that produce return. It demands that you track, evaluate, and adjust. It is not restriction, it is alignment. When your spending aligns with your long-term vision, progress becomes measurable. Employment offers income, but ownership builds wealth. A job can provide stability, but it cannot guarantee freedom. When you are employed, you are exchanging time for money. When you stop working, the income stops. Ownership changes that equation. It allows your assets to work even when you are resting. Businesses, investments, intellectual property, and systems generate revenue beyond your physical effort. There is nothing wrong with employment, but it should not be your final destination. It should be a platform for development. Use employment to gain skills, experience, and capital. Learn how systems operate. Understand leadership, management, customer behavior, and financial structures. Then begin building something that belongs to you. Ownership creates leverage. Leverage multiplies effort. Dependence on a single income source is vulnerability. If one decision from an employer can eliminate your livelihood, you do not control your financial future. Ownership reduces that risk. Multiple streams of income provide resilience. Assets appreciate. Equity grows. Dividends compound. Instead of relying solely on wages, you begin to rely on systems you have established. Ownership also changes mindset. Employees often think in terms of hours and tasks. Owners think in terms of value and scalability. They ask how to improve efficiency, how to expand reach, how to increase return on investment. That shift in thinking transforms financial trajectory. It moves you from survival to strategy. It pushes you to design structures that outlast your daily labor. Building ownership requires courage and preparation. It demands learning, calculated risk, and persistence. It may start small, but small ownership is still ownership. Every asset acquired increases independence. Every system created increases control. Wealth grows when you transition from merely earning income to creating engines that produce income on your behalf. Debt has a voice, but it rarely speaks loudly at the beginning. It whispers convenience. It promises comfort. It offers immediate access without immediate sacrifice. But what begins as a whisper becomes a chain. Every dollar you owe reduces your options. Every payment you commit to limits your flexibility. Debt is not just financial, it is psychological. It occupies your thoughts. It influences your decisions. It forces you to prioritize obligations over opportunities. When you owe, you obey. You obey due dates. You obey interest rates. You obey lenders. Your future income is already assigned before it arrives. That is the hidden danger of debt. It consumes tomorrow to satisfy today. Instead of building wealth, you are repaying the past. Instead of investing in growth, you are financing consumption. The more liabilities you accumulate, the less freedom you possess. Many people normalize debt because it is common. Society markets it as a tool for lifestyle elevation. Swipe now, pay later, upgrade instantly. But debt used for image is self-imposed pressure. Financing depreciating assets traps you in cycles of repayment. Interest multiplies silently. Small balances become heavy burdens. Minimum payments extend timelines. Years pass, and you are still paying for moments that have already faded. Freedom begins when you break that cycle. It begins with restraint. It begins with distinguishing between needs and wants. It requires courage to live below your means in a culture obsessed with display. Eliminating unnecessary debt restores power. It increases cash flow. It creates margin. Margin provides breathing room. Breathing room creates opportunity. When your income is not tied up in repayment, it can be redirected toward investment and asset acquisition. Not all debt is destructive, but all debt must be strategic. Borrowing to acquire assets that generate income is different from borrowing to maintain appearances. The key is control. If debt controls your decisions, it is a master. If you control it with a clear plan and measurable return, it becomes a calculated instrument. Discipline determines the difference. Without discipline, even good opportunities become traps. Prosperity is not accidental. It is not distributed randomly. It responds to responsibility. Responsibility means ownership of your decisions, your habits, and your results. Blaming the economy does not change your balance. Complaining about opportunity does not increase income. Waiting for rescue delays growth. Wealth begins when excuses end. Taking responsibility requires honesty. You must evaluate your spending patterns, your earning capacity, and your financial knowledge. If you lack understanding, invest in education. If your skills are limited, develop them. If your habits are destructive, replace them. Responsibility shifts the focus from external conditions to internal control. You may not control the market, but you control preparation. You may not control inflation, but you control discipline. Many people desire prosperity without accepting accountability. They want increase without structure. They want success without sacrifice. Responsibility demands effort. It demands planning. It demands consistency. You must track progress. You must measure results. You must adjust strategies when necessary. Financial maturity is not emotional. It is intentional. Ownership of your financial life also means setting standards. Decide what level of living aligns with your vision. Define your goals clearly. Create systems to support them. When responsibility becomes a habit, prosperity becomes predictable. You begin to operate with purpose rather than reaction. Instead of drifting with circumstances, you design outcomes. Blame weakens initiative. Responsibility strengthens it. The moment you accept that your financial future is primarily shaped by your daily decisions, power returns to you. You stop waiting for permission. You stop waiting for perfect conditions. You act with clarity. You act with discipline. You act with long-term perspective. Responsibility transforms potential into progress and intention into tangible financial growth. Money magnifies who you are. It exposes your discipline, your priorities, and your character. If your foundation is weak, increase will expose the cracks. If your foundation is strong, increase will expand your impact. Your income reflects the value you bring. The marketplace rewards solutions, not wishes. If you want more, you must become more. Skill, competence, reliability, and integrity raise your financial ceiling. Desire is not enough. Discipline builds what desire only dreams about. Every controlled decision compounds. Every wise allocation strengthens your future. Emotional spending destroys silently, but structured management builds steadily. Employment can provide stability, but ownership creates leverage. When you move from earning money to building systems that generate money, you step into financial authority. Assets create freedom. Dependency limits it. Debt, when uncontrolled, becomes a silent master. It steals options and dictates choices. Freedom begins when you regain control over your income and direct it toward growth instead of repayment. And above all, prosperity demands responsibility. No one owes you wealth. No system guarantees it. Your habits, your discipline, your learning, your courage, these shape your financial destiny. The truth is simple. Money responds to principles. It respects structure. It rewards value. If you change your thinking, sharpen your discipline, increase your value, and take full responsibility, your financial life cannot remain the same.